everyone, welcome to the Strip Down to Love podcast, where the essence of love comes from within. I am your host, Jennifer. Thank you so much for listening to the Strip Down to Love podcast video and being here with me in this very moment. As always, to start, let's take a deep breath in and out. Imagine the softest white light coming down and embracing your body. It is gentle, it is kind. Take another deep breath in and out. You can pause here and do this practice as many times as you need to and continue when you are ready. So now that you've done that, I want you to say, I am relaxed. I am here to just be. I am here to remember, and I am ready to continue. I urge you to remember you are an investment. By investing and sharing with you, I invest in myself, and we together give back to humanity. You deserve to remember and really enjoy life. So, let's strip down to love. Today is the Strip Down to Love Attitude of Gratitude edition. You may be wondering, so what do you mean by gratitude? Well, gratitude is the warmth of love. Gratitude is the spark of happiness. Gratitude stirs up joy. Gratitude is wealth. Imagine a world full of the currency gratitude. How rich with love the world would be. Take that love that is already present in the world, or that you share between your loved ones, and imagine that amplified when you apply it to your day. How does that make you feel? You can pause here and write down how it makes you feel or take mental notes. It makes me feel, the best way that I would describe gratitude is soft, fluffy, sugary, like cotton candy. Imagine the time that you get this huge piece of cotton candy and you're just enjoying it and you're looking at it and you're trying to figure out which piece you want to pluck off and taste. It's light and airy and it brings me so much excitement. So you may be thinking, is it even possible? How do we exchange gratitude with ourselves? It is definitely possible. You exchange gratitude with yourself through reflection. So that is why we previously discussed holding space for yourself and how this space is time set aside for you to reflect. Go back to that space you created for reflection. What are you grateful for? Note 3 things. So I use this practice when I can't sleep, when the day was really long and my brain can't turn off. I start listing things I am grateful for, and by the time you know it, I'm asleep. It helps for the most part. Reflection is a mirror into your soul. The reflection of gratitude is best used when you list items you have and not the opposite. Even if I may be feeling emotionally horrible that day, I use gratitude to calm my nerves so I can stay focused on the task at hand. Gratitude can be viewed as a will of permission you give yourself to feel good. Why wouldn't you want to allow yourself to feel good? No one has a say in how you feel except you. Gratitude is like walking through a garden filled with your favorite items. It doesn't have to be flowers. It can be food. It can be cars. It can be money. Imagine the things that make you feel good. An endless sea of happiness that leads to a land of joy. To me, that's gratitude. And that's how you exchange and share, amplify gratitude within yourself. Gratitude can be culminated through finding beauty. Beauty in a good situation or beauty in a situation that wasn't so good. There is beauty in a messy situation too. So I guess it's time for a story time. So here's my story. I lived on Lanai for 2 years, and for people who don't know where Lanai is, it is part of the Hawaiian island chain where there are only 3,200 people on that island. This is where I started my first job in college. I lived, like I said, I lived there for 2 years. I went there because my best friend is from there, and I felt as if I would have my loved ones close, even though she didn't live there full time. And it was going to be an experience in rural medicine. Now, looking in retrospect, I honestly believe if I did not take myself out of the current situation that I was in, I would not be, and moved to Lanai, I would not be doing this. I left everything to finish up a scholarship obligation I had and to experience rural medicine in Lanai. I was isolated, I was alone. I had no family there. My usual go-to spots were null and void, and basically, I was starting fresh. Start fresh and transformation, that's what I signed up for. Which, I did not know that at that time. Because Lanai is such an isolated place, you have no choice but to work on yourself, love yourself, go inward. You don't have the distractions of going shopping, driving far, or the normal luxuries one is used to. Lanai gave me a second chance at life. Lanai, although sometimes I wanted to bail and move, it gave me time to go inward, without outside distractions, without using external factors to validate myself, my human self. That's exactly what I needed. Like I said in the act of kindness edition, if you do not heed the subtleties of the universe that nudge your soul into the direction that it's meant to be, it will provide you with a bigger warning situation that will stop you and force you to look around, force you to look at yourself, make you really question things around you. And this warning or situation may or may not be the easiest task to take on, the easiest lesson to learn. The universe isolated me, made me peer into my soul, asked me to slow down, took me out of my normal, I guess you could say, habitat, and I had no choice but to follow suit because I wanted to improve. I wanted to shed my heart of the pain I carried with me and which accumulated over the many years. I wanted to become a better version of myself, shed the old me, and grow into a new, shinier me. Replace the pain with happiness, replace the misery with co-creating, and I didn't desire to stand behind the walls that I had built for many, many years. As one may see, this wasn't an easy task to take on. It took daily maintenance, daily reminders of gratitude, daily motivation, speeches, and reading. This time of transformation was difficult, but will I always be grateful for the growth that I had gained? Always, yes. Isolation isn't an easy task, especially for one's heart. But the ways of thought I gained and old perspectives I left behind outweighs the difficulties of isolation. This is an example of seeing the beauty in not the most ideal situation. I slowed down, and still to this day, I note the intangible items that I had gained, such as lessons I learned from, exercise regimens that I gained and I still continue to do to this day, knowledge about working in a rural area and at a rural health community, and I also learned how to work with people that were so much different than I. This is not an experience that will go unspoken or downplayed because what I gained from it at this point is unmeasurable. Moving on to culminating or stirring the pot of gratitude with others. We exchange the currency of gratitude with one another when we simply say thank you and you are welcome. We exchange gratitude when the gratitude comes from within. It is pure light that we are sharing, and we are lighting up this world and raising its vibration. Pure gratitude, intentional gratitude, has no cords. It is simply a heartfelt action of energy we exchange. Simply put, accept gratitude for what it is, nothing more, nothing less. Stay there in gratitude. Stay there in the grateful energy that you feel for a while and accept it. Embrace it. Savor it. I only say this because if you aren't having the best day, right, and you're feeling a little bit down, maybe you can call back that energy, fill yourself up with the energy of gratitude, and maybe the next morning or the next couple hours of your day will be so much better. Obviously, gratitude is exchanged when words are heard and compassion is provided. There are many other things we do for others where we exchange gratitude. Filling the air with gratitude isn't always about doing a task or giving someone a materialistic item, but maybe it can just be listening. Gratitude goes awry when a should factor is placed on it. You should be grateful I was there for you. You should be grateful I gave you that. Now, does that sound like the pure energy of gratitude? Maybe not so much. In this situation, there is a giver and there is a receiver. When you supply gratitude as the giver, you are displaying that you are grateful for the presence of the receiver. Thus, you say, "You are welcome." When you supply gratitude back as the receiver is displaying that they are grateful for the giver, thus saying, "Thank you." When you do something for another, there is no need to place the energy of obligation on the resource or item you just gave. The receiver doesn't have to feel obligated to immediately give something back. It is now in their court to do with that energy with what they wish. Then later, as the receiver, if you feel like this would be a good time for you to reciprocate the nice gesture, by all means, please do. Again, a thank you and you are welcome speaks volumes. If you are doing something for someone based on, what can I get from them? What can this person give me? I would highly recommend to not entertain the idea or continue creating that scenario in your mind, because it isn't from the heart. It is a version of manipulation. Remember, thoughts become things, and manipulation would in fact be the type of energy you are applying to your reality. Before closing, I want to bring us all back to center by naming 3 or maybe one more thing that I am grateful for. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my job. I am grateful for the time that I have to record this. I am grateful for being here in this very moment. So now that the Strip Down to Love podcast is coming to an end, I want you to take a deep breath in and out. Seal up all of that good information you just listened to here on the Strip Down to Love podcast, and take another deep breath in and out. Put it deep down into your soul. I want you to remember that you are valued. You are an investment. Your success is important to me. And I thank you so much for joining me here on the Strip Down to Love podcast. Until next time.